steps for losers, man. I don't get involved in that stuff, but.
And Rashad Milligan rolling out.
That's a good question.
Brandon,
we can't ask Rashad questions.
Oh, this news really rocked me, and it was the reason why I didn't know if I was going to be streaming tonight, and it really rocked me today. But we got the news about OG Maco, bro. And I'm on Steve-O's page right now. Steve-O is someone I met when I was working with interviewing Sakura, if you remember, Sakura, the singer from Gwinnett County here in Atlanta, Metro Atlanta area. A couple years ago, I was really into her single, and I still am, Chasing Feelings. It was a single that she dropped around quarantine, and it was a song that I still play every now and again. I just love that song. And he's our manager, Steve-O is, and he works with a lot of people just around the country, a lot of different artists. He works with Chelsea Pastel right now, a dope artist up there. I believe in Ohio, I want to say. I saw her perform as one of the openers at the Atlanta Streetwear Market Fest about a month ago. And that's where in underground Atlanta, where Key closed down. And you guys saw that piece by Key. If you haven't, go onto my shorts and look up that thing that I did on Key. But that's Steve-O, just some background. Apparently, he worked with OG Maco, and that's where a lot of journalists and PR professionals met him a decade ago. So here is Steve-O speaking about Mr. OG Maco. East Coast to the West Coast, OG Maco do the most. Yeah, hey.
Mac, OG Maco being, man, how you, man, passing 10 years almost exactly since we met. That's crazy, bro. Just thinking back to a 24-year-old Steve-O. Man, crazy times, bro. What you've done in your life, in your career, have been really nothing short of amazing, bro. You're a legend. Nobody can take away for what you did to this game and the city of Atlanta and in this life. You really cemented yourself as one of them ones, bro. One of the smartest men I've ever been around. Traveled the world with you. I think 15, 16 different countries, bro. And it's so crazy because all the places we went, you always knew something, the customs, the culture, even without speaking the language, that like impressed me. One of the biggest hearts. I remember when he first did his deal with QC, he got some of his advance money in cash, and he had a couple of his partners up there. He just like took some of the bread and just like, like off the muscle. They ain't asked for nothing. Like they just roll with him to, see they partner sign the quality control. Like, and that's just a symbol of the heart he had. I don't want to say too much just because I feel like my personal feelings, this isn't anything to anyone else who wants to say something, but I feel kind of weird saying things before the family gets to say things. But I definitely know we lost somebody special for sure. And on some selfish shit, luckily for us, still here in the earthly realm, we still have a lot of memories via videos, interviews, the music that we can cherish. So when we miss them, we can at least go hear them, because a lot of people don't have that. So at least today or sometime, take some time out, listen to some of the music. And he made music more than just turn up. I know we know him for, I like to call it screamo rap, but he has a lot of music that can still motivate, and he sends his love through. And yeah, man, just long live OG Mac, man, the Lord of Rage, for sure. And God bless his soul. God bless his family, his loved ones, friends, everybody.
Whew, man. This was really tough for me Because I think one of the toughest parts about being a creative excuse me. Hold on, I'll switch to this tab. One of the toughest parts of being a creator is you have to, you interact with a lot of people. It's a people business, things of that sort. But really one of the toughest parts is like, like I say, like you work with people. So a lot of times your art and the things that you can put out to the world, your products depend on the availability and just kind of reaching out to other people and getting things set in stone and kind of working on their time. And I wanted to interview OG Maco for one of the larger projects I had in mind over the past couple years, and I always have dragged my feet with it, and I haven't gotten it done. But you know, obviously, new beginnings. I'm about to go to a new city, a new state, uh, a new gig, a new job, so I have a lot more free time and things of that sort. In the new year, I'm really gonna make it a priority to organize and schedule that time out to make sure I get these things done because I miss this. I miss this. I miss the OG Maco interview for the large project I was planning and everything like that of how I don't even want to give too many details of the idea I had. I've probably said it before out loud on camera or somewhere because I just I talk so much on camera and stuff like that. Talk so much in interviews, but um, his interview was really going to be a dope thing that like just delve in deeper into like this big topic that I wanted to discuss and everything. So much so enough to make a book. So what I'm saying. So it definitely was a lot. And when something like this happens, it's permanent. So that means I will never get that opportunity to have this conversation that I wanted to have. And it will always remain a memory. It'll always remain like a what if. It'll always remain like a blimp, like a can never quite get to it. And I really hate that. That really bites. That really bites, man. OG was 32. He was just 32 years old when he decided to make this decision. I don't know what OG was going through. I don't know what I'm saying as his family what I'm saying, call him and Ben and stuff like that. I don't know what he was going through. I do know from what I've seen and stuff like that, people around him and people who used to be associates with him, they said he did kind of struggle with what I'm saying, with abuse, what I'm saying, of substance abuse. He struggled with that. And then obviously I feel like the rest of the world, the hip hop fans and everything like that, the circles, saw he had the flesh eating disease. He was wearing the sunglasses. I think he was like kind of losing some of his eyesight, if I'm not mistaken. He was doing a lot of the Vlad TV interviews, just explaining his conditions and stuff like that. And then on his social media, I just remember a lot of times because I randomly check people's like social media accounts all the time. Like if I think of an old artist or an artist that used to be really popping, I'm just like, I wonder what's going on with so and so now. I just kind of just look them up and just go through their social media. And with OG, his like a lot of his page was him like trying to come back into music and trying to like push his new stuff, like stuff from like 2021, stuff from 2022, stuff from I don't want to misspeak and say 2023, but stuff in recent years, 5 years or less. And he would just quote tweet a lot of tweets that are like, man, OG Maco should have been so big. OG Maco would have been so big if he was in the era of the TikTok and this new social media age and stuff like that. He'd be the biggest. And he will always quote tweet it and say, hey man, listen to my new single. And he will, send a link to his new single, and it will get a little love on social media. And that's something that I see with a lot of the artists that y'all really see me rocking with on here on this channel. That's something that I see with all of them, and it's like when they're not the fun toy or the new shiny toy to play with anymore, a lot of people throw them to the side and just move on. And it's like for someone like Mako, Mako has meant too much and it has impacted too much to just be thrown to the side and forgotten about and not talked about. Other than some people being, oh, you remember you guys did? Oh, OG Mako should have been so big. Like, first of all, OG Mako, you guys have heard it, heard the resume. If you haven't, I'll go down some of it for you. He really got QC off the ground, the label with Coach K and P and things of that sort. Um, at the base level with Migos and everything like that, with Skipper the Flipper, with Jose Guapo, just all the Atlanta artists and stuff like that that really got QC started in its infancy stages off the ground and things of that sort. OG Maco was one of the faces of that. OG Maco's label, OGG, which he just shouts out a lot on, you guessed it, a lot of people's introduction to him and stuff like that. And I have a story on that as well later. His label, they he signed Doja Cat. He signed Doja Cat in 2015. You know what I'm saying? Moo, I'm a Cow, that song didn't go viral. Doja Cat didn't have this entire spurt until like 2018. 3 years before that, he signed her before anybody else, put her on some songs with him and everything like that, and really believed in her. I think someone brought it up. I'm not sure if it was Nardwar or someone. Someone brought it up how she used to be signed to OG Mac on OGG. And I think she was like, I don't really want to talk about that time in my life right now. I might be misquoting her. I hope I'm not. She hasn't said anything outright, just like a direct thing about Mako's passing and things of that sort. She did make one post about just people dealing with pressures and everything like that, and I'll pull that up right now. Here we go. She said, "In this lifetime, you'll never be wholly, wholly yourself. We are ever changing and evolving creatures. Do not put pressures on yourself to be yourself. Explore and be." I think I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but I can interpret it as something that has something to do with that. Um, of just like we put too much pressure on ourselves too many times. I think from Mako, he might have seen it in his head as like everything was just going down, and it's been going down for a few years, even though he just kept fighting and kept trying. Because I was just watching the back on Fig interview and things of that sort from last year, clips of it where he was saying, I did a lot and I'm proud of a lot of the things that I have accomplished and a lot of things I have done in this year life. So I definitely think it was definitely a balance. It wasn't just a straight up, oh, everything's terrible, this is the end of the world, and what I'm saying. It was definitely something that he fought. He fought definitely, and the decision he made, it's just so tough. It's just so tough. I want to see what the family said. Here we go. It's right here. With heavy hearts, we share the heartbreaking news of the passing of our beloved Ben. Hold on, let me pause this. Of our beloved Ben, known to the world as OG Maco. His life was a testament to resilience, creativity, and boundless love. Excuse me. Through his music, passion, and unwavering spirit, he touched so many lives and left a lasting impact. While we grieve this immense loss, we also celebrate the extraordinary life he lived, one that will continue to inspire and uplift others. Mako's influence, both as an artist and as a person, will remain forever etched in our hearts. For those who wish to offer condolences, share memories, or connect with the family, please reach out through this account. Your support means more than words can express. To all of Mako's fans, friends, and supporters, thank you for standing by him throughout his journey. Today, we celebrate that life that was extraordinary in every way. With love and gratitude, the family of OG Mako. So that's the statement. Some people that came out and said, thank you for everything that you've done for me, include like Tony Snow. He said, thank you for being genuine with me. Thank you for giving me game. Thank you for being there for me and things of that sort. Larry June, man. Larry June. I had no idea that Larry June lived in Riverdale for a couple of years. Riverdale's like the south side of Atlanta, around College Park, around the airport, things of that sort. East Point, all the way down there on the south side of Atlanta. Uh, and that's where Larry June apparently was staying from like middle school to high school and things of that sort as a teenager. And with that, him and OG Maco were real tight, real close. While Larry June was trying to get his career off the ground and selling CDs and stuff, OG Maco blew up. And OG Maco claimed that Larry June, kind of reached out to him when he first blew up and was like, "Hey, yo, help me up. I'm trying to get this rap career off the ground." And Maco said, "Okay, yeah, I got you. Woo woo." And they did records together and things of that sort. He said now, or in recent years, that the tables flipped. Larry June is one of the bigger rappers in the game now, and with all these connections, Alchemist and Big Sean and Joey and Action Bronson and Freddie Gibbs, like all these, he's kind of like a large artist now. Larry June is a huge, popular artist now, and Mako is like kind of on the outside looking in of the industry. He was trying to get help, and he feels like Larry June wasn't giving him that same support that he was showing him back when he was up and the shoe was on the other foot. And Larry June responded to that, and Larry June was saying, "Yo, yeah, you my dog, and you was with me passing out CDs in the mall and things of that sort when I was 16. But bro, we've been tried to reconcile and everything, and your substance abuse was kind of getting in the way of that." And I helped you out. And the last time you reached out to me was to reach out for asking for money and things of that sort. And you know what the real deal is, bro. So it was just real sad to see Michael go out like that. So, but at the same time, okay, who taught Larry June the ad libs and the way to rap and everything like that, and kind of showed him the ropes early on in the game? OG Maco. Who saw and believed in Doja Cat's talent 3 years before the rest of the world did? OG Maco. OG Maco's You Guessed It. The first time I heard You Guessed It was through Donald Glover, Childish Gambino, bro. Uh, at the time, I think, yeah, this was like right before Gambino did like Stone Mountain. He was kind of touring for because of the internet and things of that sort, and was kind of on a radio tour and every. This is when he was doing press. This is when Donald Glover was just like in the public, and randomly on his I Am Donald website, like no lie being told, the first video that popped up was OG Maco's You Guessed It. And it was just, the music video that you guys all know and love from You Guessed It, of just OG Maco in the elevator and the hotel elevator just screaming, "You guessed it. Whoo, you guessed it." And all that and stuff like that. And that was the first time I heard that song. I said, this song is hard. And I ended up playing it all the time. And then I saw it starting catching fire. You started hearing it around campus. This was my first semester at Georgia State. And OG Maco used to go to Georgia State. This is a former Panther. OG Maco used to go to Georgia State. Father used to go to Georgia State. They both dropped out and blew up from rap. But but they used to go to Georgia State for a little bit. Anyway, I'm hearing this at Georgia State a little bit. And by the time we get to October, so the first time I'm hearing it is probably like August 2024. And it was probably out and popping already like July, June, in the summer. But the first time I'm hearing it is at the end of summer. By the time we get to October and homecoming season, boy, you guessed it. And Look at Risk from Father and that whole underground Atlanta movement was the biggest thing going in the city. Awful records, everything like that. Biggest thing going on in the city. And I'm in college at the right time because this is like college kids music and everything like that. Like the McConans, the Fathers, the Keys, the OG Macos. Like this is like 2 9s and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? At this point, Mike Will got his thing going on where he's developing and kind of like I think, yeah. Ray Shermer was already out at this point. So you got Ray Shermer, you got 2 9, you got OG Maco, Offer Records, Father, and Key. They all popping at the same time right now in the Atlanta Underground. It's the biggest thing going. And it just happened at the right time. It hit at the right time because it's right before homecoming. So at homecoming week at Georgia State, at the clubs, you got OG Maco and Father and Key headlining these shows at Georgia State. And they just went to Georgia State. So now you guessed it, it's the biggest thing going in hip hop right now. You guessed it, in Tuesday from I Love McConan. And those are two biggest things going on at that point. And you will have like Mako just like randomly in the plaza at Georgia State, bro, as you walk into class and stuff like that, taking pictures with the students and everything. My boy Jared got a picture, but he can't post it because OG Maco throwing up the middle finger. But I just remember that semester and that time, bro. It was a magical and special time. It really means a lot to me in my development and just in my character and who I am. My personality really shaped a lot of the way I think, a lot of the way I see the world, seeing these artists, seeing people like Rory, bro. That's why I give Rory and Curtis Williams and Key and those guys so much credit and like just respect, bro, because it's like they really shaped a lot of the best generation and stuff like that of creatives on a mainstream level, and they saw it as visionaries years before anybody else did. And it really sucks when those guys don't, they're just kind of forgotten. It's like everybody took the inspiration and the juice from them and it just kind of like forgot them and left them on the side of the road and kept moving. So, anyways, yeah. That was Mako. First time I heard, you guess it. And the progression from the first time I heard it to when it popped, it was the biggest thing on campus, and he performed homecoming weekend at the local clubs and stuff like that in Atlanta and things of that sort. It's really cool. Really cool moment. Really cool time in Atlanta and things of that sort. 2014 fall. So, well, you guessed it. He, inspired Keith A over there in, I believe that was Korea. And he did that. Ichima. And that song went viral. Everybody loved it. But they was like, yo, this just sounds like you guessed it. So OG Maco sued him and he won. OG Maco won the lawsuit against Ichima. Now, let me tell you something about Ichima. Ichima was a video that everybody was reacting to because it was so crazy seeing Asians rap and just yell and be turned. And they got grills and bandanas. They was like cosplaying like they was from Atlanta because they was cosplaying the man from Atlanta. You see the man right here. But anyways, right, all that was going on. A lot of people were uploading reaction videos, and it was just funny watching the reaction videos and like everybody having the same reaction that we're having when we first see it. One of those reaction videos was DDG. That was the first video that went viral for DDG, and it made his channel jump from 2,000 subscribers to 20,000 subscribers, 100,000 subscribers, and really gave him his start in YouTube and changed his life forever. His reaction to Ichima, asked DDG about it. I might put it in the replay if I could find it and I can think about it. But yeah, man. So you could argue there's no DDG, or at least not as soon as it happened in the time that it happened. If it wasn't for OG Maco's, you guessed it, which spawned and inspired Ichima. So DDG, Larry June, Doja Cat, and salute to Key as well. I mean, because him and Key, I felt like they was 1 and 2. One time he's kind of trying to little bro Key, and I'm like, you can't really do that about Key. Like Fat Man Key is Fat Man Key. He's literally the connector, the key to hip hop. No pun intended. Pun intended. But yeah, man. Shout out to Brandon Thomas, man. Thank you, Brandon Thomas, for all you've done for the culture, for music, man. I believe Brandon Thomas from Marietta, man. I remember one time Brandon Thomas. Here's another story about you guessing, man. So many memories from this one song, bro. And shout out to from 3 times the joint with Migos. Yeah. East Coast to the West Coast. OG Maco do the most. Yeah. The joint, and then him and Key had the tape. And Key obviously, I'm about to give up. Okay, I'm about to give up. Okay, I love Jesus Christ, but I'm about to give up. Love that song. Just so many moments. But Brandon Thomas, right? Brandon Thomas is the producer for You Guessed It. I believe Brandon Thomas is from Marietta. We had this Larry Lee show in Marietta, bro, in East Cobb. I think it's East Cobb because it's not our side of Cobb, which was West Cobb. We drive over to East Cobb because it's a Larry Lee show, Turtletopia, and in the garage of Carter Sutherland's, the person formerly known as Carter Sutherland, and their garage, right? So it's in their garage and stuff like that. We pull up. We said, "Oh, we've been here before when we was in high school." What? They said, "Oh snap, what's up, y'all?" We catch up with them. Everything's good. They're doing a Turtletopia documentary where they're interviewing everybody. Everything is cool. We good to go, right? Man, Mike G is there from Odd Future. Mike G apparently from Marietta. I didn't know Mike G was from Marietta. man, it was so many rappers and big time people with some local artists and stuff like that. Because Larry League at this time was buzzing. They had the co-sign from Yachty. They had the co-sign from Trinidad James, everything like that. This is July 2015. Dirty Dingy just came out. So now they're even bigger than what they were before. Trap Afghanistan was their biggest song at the time. That's some real Atlanta stuff. Anyways, Brandon Thomas steps up and he DJs. And I don't know if this was his last song he played or the first song he played, but he put on You Guessed It, bruh. And You Guessed It at this point is already out the rotation. It's not a radio hit no more because this is July 2015. You Guessed It popped in fall 2014. So people already done outplayed it. Boy, we in that garage, we in that thing. You know how you get mobbed up so much? This person pushing this way, this person pushing on the other side. So your feet lift off the ground and you just moving with the crowd. That's what happened when that joker Brandon Thomas played You Guessed It, boy, in that garage, man. That jump went up. And Brandon Thomas, he was just going crazy behind that. You guessed it. Who? You was right. I love that moment, man. I love Brandon Thomas forever for that, bro. I got to go say what's up to Brandon Thomas. I got to go tag him in something on Twitter and just show him this clip and show him like how much I remember that moment, how much I appreciate that moment, man. It's some real hip hop. That's what music's all about, man. Those moments that you'll never forget. And thank you, OG Maco, for providing us with that and things of that sort. And OG Maco's a introspective lyrical rapper, and he made that be known right when he got famous from You Guess It. He was like, I know You Guess It was gonna work because I know y'all stupid and this and that. And you always used to be tweeting some conscious stuff, bro. Like he was very intelligent, very intuitive, and everything like that. Like I said, it's just unfortunate the way that the mind might have declined over the past couple years and things of that sort. We'll never know the full story. We'll never know from his perspective because he isn't here to tell us what happened. But yeah, man. So salute to OG Maco, bro. Very introspective and lyrical miracle spiritual rapper, just like Key. But they dumbed it down for the masses to gain popularity. And it worked. It worked in Atlanta for sure. There was something else I wanted to say about Maco. Itchy Ma, DDG, Doja Cat, Larry June, Key, Underground Atlanta, Brandon Thomas. Is there anything else? East Coast to the West Coast. OG Maco do the okay, all right. But yeah, man. Shout out to OG Maco, bro. And here's the picture of Mac, Takeoff, and now OG Maco, bro. Salute, brother. All right. Rest in peace, OG Maco. I'm gonna go to I'm gonna stay on this topic.
That's for losers, man. I don't get involved in that stuff, but
Angel Rashad Milligan rolling out.
That's a good question.
Brandon,
We can't ask Rashad a question.
Hey, Rashad.